welcome back to 843 TV. We're in studio today and we're talking with the lovely ladies from the DayBreak Adult Care Services. And we're going to have a little fun in this segment. We're going to be talking about what the folks at home can do, those that you're caring for some exercises. But Kara, first of all, share with us your background. You have a degree in exercise physiology.
I do. I have a degree in exercise physiology. I also have done a lot of aquatic exercises over time. And so I'm a firm believer of we need to use it or lose it. Absolutely. But I do want to mention that everybody should speak to their doctor before they begin exercising, because exercise, we want it to be good for them, not painful. So we want to make sure that we're along those lines.
Yes. So one of your clients, while they're at home, what are some of the things they can do while they're in their seat or while they're in their chair to help out physically?
Right. So I like to say, any commercial break, it's time to move.
That's perfect.
Okay,
That's
so
great.
I'm going to give you a break. If you can go out and exercise or you have physical therapy, that's wonderful. But when those people leave, we've got to maintain this, or we're going to wind up right back in the same situation that you know, got us to the hospital or an accident or something.
Exactly. Okay, so we got some chairs here. What are we going to do?
We do. Now, some exercises can be done standing and some can be sitting. So we're going to start with the standing, okay? And I always say the big muscles are the muscles that we use to ambulate.
Yes.
Okay, and then the smaller muscles are more for fine motor skills. If a person uses a walker, you know, they still have to have that upper body strength. So we need to do both.
Right.
So if it's capable, if it's possible, we're going to start with this little squat. Okay. So holding on the back of the chair, feet shoulder width apart, toes tipped just slightly outward. And the biggest thing that I find is that people want to squat forward. We don't want to do that. That's hard on our knees. So the first thing, I want everybody to act like they've got a chair behind them. So you're going to just squat down and up. You might have some snaps and crackles, but that's okay. And then down and up. And I would recommend doing these. If you can do it for a 30-second commercial, that's fabulous.
Oh, yeah.
But do what you can. Start where you are and then move. Okay, so the other thing is we have ab and adductors. Okay, so you can take your leg and take it out to the side, and I don't want you to cheat by having your toe up. We want to have our toes pointing to the TV and down. Okay, and then you can actually cross your body.
Oh, there we go.
That may be contraindicated for somebody that's had a hip replacement. So that's one thing I would ask.
Yes.
I would ask. And then let's move to doing a few things.
All right.
Here.
All right, sure.
And I didn't mention you can also kick back.
Oh, sure.
Which works your glutes. So here we're going to do the front. If you're sitting in a chair, you want to be to the end. Okay, back straight, tummy's tight, and come up, hold. Okay, this works the front of your leg. Okay,
look at this.
And then down,
by the way.
and then up and down. Good. And if you can hold it, hold up and do some ankle pumps.
All right.
Okay, that's great. Now that commercial has ended, and we do need to do some upper body stuff. Okay, so I always like to think, how does a joint move? Any way the joint moves, you can do an exercise, okay? So even simple as, you know, hands out, squeeze in, out, and in. Think about how many people have a hard time opening jars. Okay, if you've got little balls, you see the stress balls?
Yeah.
Those are great. Sit them right by your chair and do that a little bit.
And you don't think to exercise your hands, but gosh, that's
It
important.
does, yes. And then
Use your
your
hands for a lot
wrist,
of
up and
things.
down.
Oh yeah, that's
up and
good.
down.
I like that.
Okay, now this is going to be interesting because we don't want to hit each other, but you do want to, you know, go up and down
I like that.
and up and down. And you know, you can do this just using your weight. But if you grab a can of peas or a can of tomatoes,
Corn.
whatever that is 1 pound.
Yeah,
Okay.
great idea.
And if you're a little bit stronger, go to get a little hand weights, whatever's comfortable. And again, we want to work through a comfortable range of motion. If you can have your hands here. This typically is a little harder for people that have shoulder issues, but you push up and down, up and down, up and down, and then put your arm out. We're going to be like we've got a little chicken wing, okay? You go out and down.
Oh, okay.
Out
I think about
and
that.
down.
Using that
right.
muscle.
Okay, now continuing, we move to the elbows and we go up and then push down, because that gets the back of your arms, okay? Up and push down, up and push down. And if you are able, even, shoulder shrugs.
Oh, that just feels good.
And that stretches out.
And
that
if your shoulders are okay, you can do full arm circles. Full, because we need to maintain strength and we need to maintain
Flexibility.
and range of motion.
Yeah.
Right. So we want to move our body every way that we can. Some of these things can also be done in bed. If somebody can't hold up and hold for a couple seconds, lay in the bed and squeeze those muscles. Yep. Okay? So you can do movement or you can do isometric, which means that you're not moving. Okay?
Yeah.
So,
Well, these are great not just for commercials, but anytime, like you said. It could be during the show or just as you're got nothing else to do, or as you're talking on the phone, maybe if it's workable. So
Doing crosswords.
yeah. And an interesting thing is, we have found, we used to think you had to do exercise all at one time, but now we know bursts of exercise are just as beneficial.
Absolutely. Well, this is some great stuff, and we have more coming up, so stay right here. We'll be back with more 843 TV.